Right, are we recording? Can I see that coming through? Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Step Out webinar. We are live and we are not cooking because it's freezing cold in Cape Town. But it's lovely to have you here with us. And we are going to get cracking tonight with hopefully something that adds value to your life, because it's something that a lot of people are asking me on how to do it with their own job, day job, and then also running an online business at the same time. And is it possible? And how do you do it? What are the tools that we can use to actually make this possible? So guys, I'm going to share my screen, and then we can see a bit of the slides, and then we'll get cracking. The other guys come in, we'll just bring them along. Let me just share that. Okay, presentation. And share. So as I said earlier, we're going to be looking at how to run your day job and also online business. Is that possible, and how do we actually do that? There we go.
Okay.
All right. So you guys know me. I've been doing this for about just under 6 months now, and yeah, this is my full-time job at the moment. So I don't have a day job. This is my day job. I don't have a 9 to 5, but this is my full-time occupation at the moment, and Step Out is my baby. So yeah, that is what we're going to be looking at, and how do we actually do this with a full-time job. Now, a lot of people want to say, well, I want to scrap the 9 to 5, but a lot of people can't, and some don't have a choice. They need to pay the bills, or some people love their careers and all the earnings, but really they're not really fulfilled. They're not passionate about anything at work, and they've kind of got zero impact in their lives, in the world, in the community. Then you got guys that kind of want best of both worlds. So they want the security of covering the bills every month, but then also extra to invest. So yeah, everybody wants a little bit of cash on the side, and maybe they want to buy a second citizenship or enjoy hobbies they never had time for. Maybe for kids' further education, retirement. There's many reasons that people want some extra cash. There could also be contract bound, so people might have a 2-year contract, or and they find that within that there is time that they need to occupy. The contract doesn't take all their time, and that gives them some scope for doing something else. And then you get into kind of the later part of life. I'm still getting there, still got a couple of years, but you might have kind of 2 years to go. Your job's kind of running on autopilot. You handing over to the next guy, and what do you do now? So these are kind of the different scenarios that people find themselves in, and wanting to do something else. Now, working for yourself, or being an entrepreneur, or the buzzword at the moment is solopreneur. It's not a 9 to 5 job, as a lot of us have maybe become accustomed to. So it's not trading time for money. You know, doing 5 hours of work and we get 5 hours of pay. This is really investing in ourselves, number one, and then investing in the business. And sometimes that means, you know, not getting a return right up front when we are still starting up. And the mindset is really about, it is up to me. We normally don't have a team of experts starting with us from get-go. And you are Jack and Jill of all trades. We kind of doing it all ourselves, and which is nice. You know, we kind of our own boss, but we don't have a team. So we got to find it out ourselves. So we got to find people who know and maybe pay them a bit, or you know, get those skills faster so that we can start and get our business up and running. And we don't have the luxury of time. You know, sometimes at work we might have a bit of time to play with, or you know, there's maybe not as much time pressure depending on the industry that you're in. But really on your own, you want to get, if you've invested money, if you've started something, you bought stock, you really want to get this business going. You don't want to waste much time, you know, hanging around. So really, it's that sort of mindset that is going to kickstart your business and change you from a 9 to 5 to a solopreneur or entrepreneur business. And then there's also the time that we use. So if we're working all day, well, there's also what happens after 8 o'clock. So people might be watching a lot of Netflix or become kind of hooked on Netflix and binge watching all the series. You know, when it's dinner's done, you know, the kids are in bed, you know, there's kind of 6 hours still to go, as Tony Robbins says. So you know, there is time in the day. So don't let that put you off. It's all about mindset, about what you want to do. And then it's about the hustle. A lot of people call it a side hustle. And yes, it is. But you want to make it as main a hustle as possible, because you want to be consistent, regular, and putting in all your effort. And if you treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay like a hobby. So putting in that effort, making sure that it's something that you want to do and you're passionate about, really that is going to, you know, really set you up for success. There is another way, and this is becoming more popular right now. A lot of the younger generation are getting into being more freelancers, and this is becoming more prevalent in the job market right now, where people work for a specific time and then they move on to the next project. So freelancers are becoming quite popular. Now, you might be in the situation where you don't like your job, or you don't like your boss, you don't like your colleagues, or you know, whatever reason that you want to scrap your 9 to 5, and you want to start something on the side and start getting that going, and you want to start kind of finding what that can do for you as an opportunity. There are some platforms out there that actually help you do this. One of them is Freelancer and the other one is Fiverr. Those are the two main popular ones. There are some others. And really what you're doing here is offering your skills on projects which get posted on the platforms, and then you bid for those, and if you get the bid, you then are obviously paid for the amount of work that you get, that you are doing. Now, the money obviously changes depending on skills, depending on time of the project, the length of the project. So I've just put there kind of $15 to $20 as kind of a starting fee that you could earn. And really what you want to do here is get the feel of what this gig economy, this gig lifestyle actually feels like and what it can do for you. Now, what's nice about this is that you can search all the different niches and segments on, let's say, Freelancer, and you can, there's kind of hundreds of them, and you can say, well, throughout my career, I've done a lot of the niches or segments, and you can actually use just more, a whole lot more than just what you're using now in your 9 to 5, which is quite nice. You might have gone and done a writing course on your own, and that is your passion, but you don't use that in your 9 to 5. But you could actually start to use that as a career as a freelancer. You could become a script writer or a copywriter as part of a freelance career. So there's huge scope to use all your skills, and to earn as well. Now, you kind of want to build that up as you get comfortable with it, and you might be earning potentially eventually the same as your 9 to 5, but maybe earning, or maybe kind of working less hours. And you might finally scrap your 9 to 5 and say, okay, now I've got some time on my hands, and you might actually want to go and start an online business while you are doing your freelance work as well. So doing something that you really enjoy as well. So you've now shifted from a 9 to 5, pay as you earn, and then now you're shifting into something that you are really enjoying and passionate about. So you can see the kind of shift in mindset, the shift in lifestyle that is possible if you want to get into this freelance kind of economy or job market. And what it gives you is the flexibility around time and around location flexibility. So if you want to travel a lot, when we unlock, obviously, or work from home, you don't want to go back and work in the office when things unlock again. You've now really loving working from home. This is an option for you to start looking at, and then to start putting with that an online business as well. So I just wanted to bring this to your guys' attention. So it is an option, and it might be something you want to look at going forward. It's something to pursue.
Definitely, I think, especially with Wynand's skills and experience, this is something that he can do
apart
from the e-marketing
yes, definitely
business.
And it's on Freelancer. There's a free 1 month, and then I think it's $10 a month from thereafter. And they take I think it's a 20% fee for setting this all up and getting the jobs, and making sure the payment gets to you. All of that, they take a 20% fee, and you get the 80% as your earnings. And really, there are so many niches, as I said. You can go through all of them, and there's tech. There's obviously would be medical stuff. So yeah, it's really one to have a look at. You'll just find it freelancer.com.
Is this freelancing for SFM?
No, this is yourself. So this is
Robert?
setting it up yourself. So you set this up yourself.
So you can do this locally, or
it depends. So you could be. It depends where the project is based. So you would obviously be doing this online. I haven't done this myself yet, so it depends where the project is. And if you win that bid for that project for your skill, then obviously you would go into a contract. So if you're writing an advert for somebody in America, that's possible now. That's how this works. So a lot of people use people skilled people in India to set up their websites for a decent fee. You know, so this is really a
Okay.
global job market, really, to set yourself up. Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing.
But it depends on the project. So yeah, you might have
Mm.
some local projects, but you could have some projects from, you know, wherever in the world. All right. So what will you do as an online business owner? So it's great to say, okay, yeah, I want to do this, and there are some options to support me, and yeah, but what am I going to be doing? So the three, I call it the 3 M's, and that's like location, location, location. But this is marketing, marketing, marketing. That's really what you as a online solopreneur business owner are going to be doing. That's one of your key number one tasks. You're going to be creating online adverts to attract customers. We went through that last week, or creating blogs or vlogs so that you can grow your audience. I put this one in for e-commerce stores because some people might want to open a store, some people might not. They want to go the service route so they don't have to worry about any stock. But if you're opening a store, it's quite a process. You've got to source that product, you've got to buy it in, you then got to import it potentially or source it locally, manage the stock, manage the deliveries, and then manage promotions. If it's a retail product, and then also returns. So there's a whole loop there, whole cycle that you got to sort out. You might even have to sort out some logistics or some companies as well. So it's quite a loop in terms of that setup. Engaging with your customers. We spoke about that. So webinars or YouTube. So there you start to become visible to your customers. And then creating value with your email broadcasts. So this is now building your community, adding value, and then making sure that you are keep adding to your audience by reviewing your adverts, and then investing in your learning, because you kind of are the business, and if you're not learning, well, then your business isn't growing. And then you want to look at your finances, like any business owner. So there you're going to be looking at your what's coming in, what's going out, and you also want to try and connect with others. So it can be, because it's a solopreneur, you're doing this on your own, and it can be quite a lonely place at times. So you really want to connect with others. You want to be learning from others, and there you want to be still kind of doing the actions. So 80% of the stuff that I've spoken about, but you still want to be learning. So kind of the 80-20 principle, 80% action, 20% learning, and you keep moving forward. And then also to inspire and give back and share with others that are learning as well. So, you know, you don't keep it for yourself. It's always great to share, and you know, let others also be, you know, privileged to what you've learned as well. So that's kind of in a nutshell what you will be looking at. So there's quite a bit there, and obviously the question now is, well, how do you fit this all in? Because, you know, you got your 9 to 5, and then you got all this to worry about. So let me kind of give you some of the how to do it, and then what tools are coming up to. So obviously time management, you would guess, is number one. So, you know, you can't just think, okay, I'll do a bit of this today and then a bit of that tomorrow. You really need to have a plan and then execute that plan. So really about time management if you are trying to do both a day job and an online business. And then you always want to be focusing on value-adding activities. You want to be growing yourself, like we said, your business and your customers. And that's going to really keep you moving forward. You want to do less cleaning and weeding, and, you know, yeah, you know, there's stuff like, you know, watching TV, lots of TV, spending time at the coffee shop, sports clubs and the pubs. You know, if it's really something that you are passionate about, and you are really going to find the time, because there is time in our day where we are doing other stuff. And you need to ask yourself, is that value adding activity? Um, so yeah, have a look at your day, do a time budget, and say, this is from when I start in the morning to when I go to bed at night, what am I actually doing? And is that value adding? And it's always quite an interesting, like doing a financial budget, when we start to see all the things we spend our money on, what do we spend our time on? Because that is one of our most valuable resources, is our time. And then to keep it simple. So we're starting off, especially when we're starting off, don't try and do everything, and people are going to be telling you do this, do that. And, before you know it, you're trying to do 25 different things, all at once. So it's trying to keep it simple and do the things that are adding value. And also, you don't want to compromise on your core values, your let's call it your family values, your personal values, because you don't want this new online business to kind of be a hassle or a regret, and now it's taking all the weekend time, and the kids don't see you, and that's not what you got into it for. You got into this to make a difference to your lifestyle. Yes, it's going to take effort, but you don't want this to become a chore. There's going to be times where there will be effort, but that's a startup, etc. But I'll show you in the tools how you can win back some of that time. But really, you want to make sure that you're not just chucking out all your key values, and you don't see any of your friends, family. That's really important. You really want to do this because it's something that you love and enjoy and nurture yourself. And then you want to treat it as a business. Sometimes it can feel like it's not a business, and that's really where we got to get clear on what we are doing every day. It's setting up a calendar, setting up a task list, project list, when we're starting to do things for the first time. And this is really about getting ourselves set up and in the mindset of running a business ourselves. It's a little bit different to having a 9 to 5 where there's maybe a routine and a rhythm at work. This is slightly different. You're on your own. Yes, there are things to do, but it's, how do you fit that into the day? And if it matters to you and your family, you will find a way. Whether it's finances, whether it is time, you will find the way to make this work. If it is that important to you. And just remember, there is more than just 9 to 5, or there is 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning. And some of us work at different times of the day. Some of us work very well in the morning, and then we kind of slow down in the evening. Some of us like to work in the evening, and then we're kind of ramping up in the evening, and then we kind of wide awake at midnight. So we all got different kind of clocks when we're productive, and that's also another great thing. We don't have to fit into a 9 to 5 clock as well. And really, you want to be moving towards something that is bringing pleasure and growth, similar to what I said earlier. This shouldn't be about regret or about I'm losing time with this, or this is really moving forward, moving towards something that you are going to be enjoying for years to come. So how do you fit this all together? What are the, once again, you're probably saying there's a lot of stuff there. How do you fit this in? So a couple of things which help you, and really it's around time management, the technologies that we have now, and then the flexibility that those give us. So the time management, we can automate and schedule our content creation, whether it's videos, recordings, our broadcasts, the emails that we're writing. we can do that all in chunks of work in advance. So we could be working at night, we could be working on the weekend, and you are setting up those broadcast times for an email. You're setting up a broadcast time for a video. You're setting up your webinar details and all the emails that tell people that it's coming. All of that is set up beforehand so that you don't have to worry every day about, this is coming. And that is what gives you the flexibility, is that you can nearly every technological platform which does creation allows you to do this now. So the technology is giving us that freedom. As I said, the technology gives us access to certain things that we never had before. Solo people opening up their own business from home wasn't possible before. Now it is. And we can set up a e-commerce business from our couch, and I've done it myself. And you can get everything sent to you. You can have deliveries from your home to your customers in the country that you're in. So this is all possible because of the technology. And once again, as I said, if you're an affiliate and you're doing your advertising and your marketing, that can all be set up in advance. So all these technologies are now starting to come together and allowing us to have more flexibility in how we run our businesses. Just two of the tools that I use. The one is Acuity. You've probably used that if you've booked a call with me, that's kind of what I use it for at the moment. And it really is seamless in allowing you to not worry about trying to book a call every day, and people change the call, and then you got to reschedule it yourself manually. It's a really nice system. It costs about $15 a month. And then there's Aweber, which is the autoresponder. That's really a vault or where your customers are kept, and you then schedule your pre-written emails for future dates. So once again, here comes the automation or the scheduling of work up front. So you're not trying to do something every day, and worrying about that. You can do these blocks or chunks of work in advance and schedule them at a later time. So that's Aweber, a really nice tool and really works well. Then working from home, a lot of us have experienced that during the COVID crisis. You're not spending time in traffic. And if you're doing that whole gig economy setup, obviously this is what you would be wanting to do, is having that time. You're not wasting time in traffic. You're having time for the family and also for your business. And you can do things you maybe never have done before for a very, very long time, picking up the kids, or having coffee during the day with a friend, and things that we sometimes don't get to do when we got a 9-to-5 job and we kind of chained to the desk. So one thing I really hated was having to always rush back to the office. You kind of stay in the office and show that you're present. You don't have to do that anymore, which I found really freeing. Yeah.
Great.
And then you're always on, not you personally, but your business. Your location flexibility there is you can work from anywhere in the world as long as you got a Wi-Fi connection, and really this is about your videos, your adverts, your emails, all going out automatically as you've scheduled them, and at any time of at the time that you've done that. And anybody who comes onto your website or sees your advert at whatever time of the night, they have access to that. So it's no traditional business hours. You are on 24/7, 365. So realistically, you can really sell all day, every day. And then the last one, which is probably overlooked, is the community, is having support of a community of like-minded individuals and entrepreneurs who are going through this, at, similar to ourselves, and guiding us on our journey. And that's a huge bonus as well. To have some mentors, always key when we're doing something new and wanting to progress. This is really on the softer side of things, but very important as well. So you can see when you start to look at all the things that you would be doing online as a solopreneur, it looks a bit daunting and overwhelming, but really the technologies right now really assist us to do this in a sustainable manner, but also to be able to do it, hopefully not for too long. Hopefully you want to, just do this and do an online business for, your future. But this really allows us to have a sustainable business, which is also important, that we're not running ourselves into the ground, stressed every day because we've got to get emails out. And we really can set this up in a way that gives us the flexibility, some time to breathe, and this is really what gives us that opportunity. Right, and then just to wrap up, is the summary of yes, it can be done. So it's really an attitude of stepping out. It really is getting out of our comfort zones, building the confidence, getting the tools, and then taking the action. And that's really what it is. The CTA: confidence, tools, and action. And one day this will probably be your day job, and then you can leave your 9 to 5. You're future-proofing your earnings, especially if it's something like the affiliate marketing route that you're taking. And you can then switch into many different directions once you're online. And the possibilities really are endless. Many different niches out there, especially when you're looking at yourself, your own community, your own skills, your own personality. You can really get some, that's where all the different, thousands of niches come from. And as you can see from the technology side, it has never been easier to start online either, just from the technology side, but also from the cost side as well. So really it's about taking that next step and starting what is really a pleasurable adventure, which is setting you up for growth and and progress. I'll get to some Q&A right at the end, so I just want to run through this. The SOC, I know some of you have signed up already, so thanks for that. And you'll see the link is over there. So it's a Facebook page, which is for all my followers, which is exclusive, and like-minded wannabe business owners to get them started, to get that confidence going, and really to get a community going, which shares and with progress. So this is where all my free resources are going to be saved. Nowhere else, guys. Like the recording of tonight's webinar, everything is in there. And that's the place to be. All right, so to wrap it up, make today so awesome that tomorrow doesn't have to show up. Just think about that. Make today so awesome that tomorrow doesn't have to show up. Usually we're so busy worried about tomorrow, or saying, we can do it tomorrow. We can put it off till tomorrow. But if we do it today, if we don't delay, do it today. Make it so awesome that we don't have to worry about tomorrow. That's really, really awesome quote that got me today. So guys,
Yeah.
you are legends. Next week we're going to be looking at answering your questions. That's from your side, things that you want to know about. I've just been prepping you guys in the first couple of weeks for the webinar, so now I want to hear about your questions. I'll be prompting you next week on the emails to send in your questions, and that's what we'll be focusing on next week. And that's a wrap from me. So see you same place, same time. And guys, thanks so much for joining me. And I'm going to stop the share.